Fun. I thought I'd have to let you in and make you a host. I guess you're automatically host.
I am. Hi, sorry I was a little bit late there.
No, I just wanted to make sure it's the sort of thing where people forget.
I like that you're outside.
Me too, because I've been inside all day.
And we're already recording, so I'm going to pause it. Recording in progress. Okay. I'm also actually going to pull up our sheet so I know who's doing what when.
So Jenny?
Yeah.
Hi, Bernie here.
Hi, Bernie.
Hi. So I'm going to be like cooking a steak and my wife's preparing dinner while I'm watching. So I may just turn off the video and mute and just look at the photos or something.
Not a problem. What's on the menu?
Or you can share the steak.
Well, she is a vegan and I'm eating a steak. So it's a mixed meal.
That's a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be similarly off camera for a good portion of the time. I'm realizing I logged in with my company's profile, my production company's profile, but my name is Maddie Lynn. This is my first time doing anything East Bay Photo Collective related.
Awesome.
So
nice to
happy to be a part of this tonight, to meet y'all.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Thanks for being here. And if you want to sign out and sign in with your name, it's fine, or you can just be Sprinkle Lab, it's fine.
Okay. Y'all can call me Sprinkle if you want, but yeah, my name. It won't let me change my name for some reason without logging out. So I'll just leave it as is. Okay.
That's totally good. Okay, I'm just going to pull up the list so I know who's showing tonight. All right, here we are. It's going to be after me. Brian, Ed, Phil, and Philip. Where's Philip? I don't see Philip. All right, hopefully he'll show up. Maybe I'll shoot him a super quick text just in case, because I happen to be able to do that. Okay, there's that. All right, here we are. Thank you all for coming to show and tell tonight. I feel like they're just so few and far between now. Anyway, it's nice to have one after what seems like months, even though it's just been a month. Vince, would you or Anita, do you want to do you have any EBPCO announcements that you'd like to begin with?
Ooh,
where to begin?
Where to start? Yeah, where to start? So many announcements. It's wonderful to see everybody. Thank you for coming. If you haven't heard by now, EBPCO is opening a actual location, so storefront, gallery, and meeting space and workshop space called Oakland Photo Workshop, which is at 312 8th Street in Oakland, Chinatown. So we've been working hard, your executive team working hard to get that space open. Neely and Jenny and Anita and myself and a few other people. So it's just going to be a fantastic place for us to show our work, to engage with the community, to give workshops, to take workshops, to hang out, and just be a creative community. So it's super exciting, but there's a lot of work to do. If you haven't heard, Jenny is the volunteer coordinator, so she's putting together the volunteers who will actually staff the gallery, and we actually have a volunteer event coming up shortly. And so if you're interested in volunteering in the gallery, please reach out to Jenny or just chime in on the chat. And there's going to be, we usually do one newsletter a month. There's going to be 2 newsletters this month just because there's so much happening. So if you're not on our newsletter list, go to, is that Anita, is that the newsletter list?
Yeah, it's a really horrible URL, but that'll take you to the sign up.
Okay, yeah. Sign up for the newsletter So there's a newsletter going out in a few days. It's going to talk more about the new space and volunteer opportunities. So we're looking not only for gallery volunteers, but to help fill some important roles in EBPCO. And so if you're interested in getting in on the ground floor of an exciting arts institution, here is your chance. So jump on there, get the newsletter. Lots is going to be in the newsletter. I don't know, Jenny, Anita, what else?
Oh, that's about it.
Yeah, that might be enough. I mean, if you have any questions, I put the info at EBPCO email in the chat also. And that's probably the best way to go. Unless anybody has any specific questions right this moment, but there is a lot going on. This Sunday, there actually is a volunteer meeting that Vince talked about from 2 to 4. So if you are interested in volunteering and you just want to come to that, come on down. And if you need info about that, just email or put something in the chat or email at info at in the chat. So I think that's, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so shall we, is there anything else? No, okay, let's get going here. Let's look at some pictures. So today's theme is the lost and forgotten. And this is my theme and I came up with it. It's not really all that original, but I was cleaning up stuff, going through boxes, organizing things. And I found some stuff that I had not seen in eons. And I was like, oh my God, yes, this is a theme. This is going to be a show and tell. So I actually don't even think that everything I found is included tonight, but I don't know. I'm sure we all have a lot of stuff stashed away in boxes and, you know, shoved in drawers. It can be anything at all. So I am going to begin. And because we don't do this very often, I'm out of practice. So I'm going to do, sorry, I have to do this thing where I,
No worries.
there we go. This thing called, okay, we're going to do desktop 1, share. Can you see my desktop there?
Yep, we see the whole list.
Do you see that?
Oh, it looks good.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh my goodness.
So this is some of my earliest work. I found a couple pictures from summer camp when I was in 5th grade. I'm sure with my Instamatic. This is one of the kittens there. That my brother, actually, he's in town from the East Coast, and I showed it to him because he and I went to this same camp. And he freaked out because he had just told this story about these kittens, because apparently one of the kittens was having seizures and we had to put him down, and the whole camp, like it was a science biology camp and we all were really involved, and it was like very traumatic. And he was just telling somebody about learning about death and all this stuff. Anyway, this is one of the kittens. Oh, great. And then this is, I think his name was James. He was one of my favorite counselors, played the guitar. He could mimic the Beatles accent really well, and one of our goats. So yeah, I hadn't seen those pictures in decades, and it made me very happy to see them. And I signed them because, you know, I'm a professional photographer at 9 years old. And this looks exactly like my mom's signature. So I'm sure that, you know how you try to copy your parents' signatures when you're little. I thought that was actually, it's a mix of my dad and my mom's signatures. So.
How big are these, Jenny?
They're little. They're, I have it right here. They're pretty cute.
Oh, they're not that little.
They're, I forgot. Well, what is this, 3 by 5?
5 by 7.
No, that's not 5 by 7.
Those are those pole.
No, they're they're black and white. It was Instamatic, Kodak Instamatic.
Oh yeah, because they had that like old paper because it's got cracks on it.
Yeah.
Not to say you're old, but the paper's old.
I am okay with that. It's totally fine. I've got my gray hair. I'm good. And then I also found some film that I shot when I first moved back down here from Seattle. And I was arranging things, and I kind of like this because that's my grandfather. I think I had found a bunch of old photographs of him. And then I, of course, had framed work of mine that I was just like hanging up on the wall. Anyway, it was kind of fun to see this picture.
Do you still have those chairs?
Yes. The rocker actually has a broken, what do you call the rocker beam on the bottom? I need to get it fixed. It's in the garage.
It'd be cool to see your grandma in the other chair.
That would be good. And then this is another, so I'm throwing, I should just throw this out there. I'm kind of showing you a few different things that I found that I hadn't seen in a very long time, either had forgotten about or just like literally forgot that I even took them or remembered them, but had no idea where they were and hadn't really thought much about them. This is a series of portraits I started making when I was really into CSI, and I set up my Hasselblad on a tripod in front of the TV, and I would just photograph.
That's cool.
Them.
Very cool. It's so Jenny-like. Compositions. The compositions.
I feel like, Sharon, maybe I showed them to you eons ago. I don't know.
No.
No, okay, maybe it was your doppelganger.
Reminds me of the kids and everything.
I realized most of them are like everybody's on the right looking to the left. Oh, okay, moving on. This is, I photographed all of these in black and white, and I absolutely forgot that I had also shot them in color. This is in Tahoe. My friend has a family place up there, and we would walk her dog. And one day there were just like all these really beautiful, neatly stacked stacks of brush and branches and twigs. And I rarely shoot color medium format, as some of you might know, and obviously that's flipped, so I need to flip it. I had no idea what would come out of it, and anyway, I actually really love them. I love the black and white ones. I completely forgot about these.
Were they clearing the wood area for fire prevention? Was
I
that
don't know, because it was like in front of each house.
Oh.
They all made their own stacks.
It does look like fire prevention to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When I had my house in the Sierras, that was the kind of thing that was required locally.
Oh,
Like
okay.
way back, right, Vince? Was it way back that was happening?
In the olden days?
10 years ago.
I mean, and people still do that. It's not like this, yeah. Because you don't want brush next to your house like that.
But it was like one day, like we were walking her dog every morning. And then one day there were these
Right.
stacks everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they might have even hired contractors to clear that subdivision. And
Anyway.
then a chipper comes through and picks up everything.
Yeah. Anyway, it's my lost and forgotten. Now not forgotten,
And remembered.
remembered. Okay.
I love the quality of light in that last series. Yeah, it's just so perfect.
Thank you. I'm working on it. Color's really hard. Color's hard. Color management. And I don't, well, thank you.
The best piece of advice I ever got about color management is that they don't need to look exactly like they did in real life. They just need to look like each other.
Right. Yes. And that I think that there's still a little work to do with them, but that was what I was trying to do. And one of them, I was like, oh my God, I love how this looks. This is what I want. This is how they need to look. So I'm trying to like make them relate to that one. Anyway, thank you for looking. Brian Brooks, you're up.
All right. So my lost and found was I just put a set together, kind of getting a little reminiscent. This is like 20 years ago. I've seen some of them before, but I had them in a folder, so I was going to share this. This is from our first trip to Japan in 20 years ago, 1999. So I took a Olympus OM1 MD and 30 plus rolls of film. And I've seen some of this before, but I haven't really looked at it, and I was going to do something with it. And I thought this was very appropriate because we spent 3+ weeks in Japan. And we visited Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and those were just 3 days ago. So, and I'd never been there before. But I'm just gonna zing through these. There's quite a few, but I edit it down a lot. So you're gonna see it's all film, just edited. It's my wife's feet. It should be a crossing. This is my dearest friend and his late father, who was a judo Olympian, but has passed, was he's a cop. I mean, if he doesn't look like a cop, he's a cop. And this is at the 6th station of Fujisan. And I'm just gonna zing by. A lot of this is like little touristy stuff, but I did get arty. This is on our last day. And that's our friend Satoshi, who is our Tokyo like friend in an apartment, and we traveled the whole city. I love this photo. This is out of his apartment window, and it's like classic Tokyo.
Love it.
apartment.
Very cool.
Just
Wow. All on
like,
top of each
Beautiful.
other.
yeah, and there's the tile work and the colors, and there's just so much. Like,
You're making me want to travel again.
yeah, you and me both. I mean, this was our first trip. We spent 4 weeks there, and then I went immediately back 2 months afterwards, and then we lived there for a couple years. This is an apartment with 4 people in it.
What's the square footage?
It's measured in tatamis, which is like 3 feet by 4 feet ish. That would be a 8 tatami apartment. Small. He was a student, and we totally crashed. like this is the separation between the inside and the outside. classic kind of Shibuya crossing photo in 1999. Some of the street stuff, I was like, yeah, I was just like all over the place. Obviously, I'm in Tokyo. I'm all over the place, you know, just like, oh my God, we wanted to come here forever, you know. And I love this shot. Well, I got paused. So that's my it's my wife Deanne on the left. That's her sister on the right. And this guy, there's always these weird, not weird, but people are just looking at us. Like people will come up and touch us. Like, but I love that guy's look. I just love it. He's like, yeah, and he's on his phone. Yeah, on the train. Cool little cars that we have now.
I know, I was just gonna say, like, now that doesn't look quite as weird, but at the time, I'm sure it was like crazy, crazy tiny weird.
20 years ago. That's 20 years ago. God bless 7-Eleven. Train crossings in Tokyo, like actual grade crossings, so you can get run over. Classic bike picture. One of the many like high streets of the smaller suburbs of, or larger suburbs of Tokyo, and just oddball things like a steaming cup of coffee.
I love it.
Yeah. And then when we go, because he was a student, so we go on some campuses, and you get some like, you're like, can I have that bronze statue? Don't know anything about it, but just the fact that it blends in with the manicured like tree in the back.
Yeah.
That's on a pitch and it's mowed around it. Yeah, just
Weird, yeah.
it was just yeah, and I'm just gonna keep going. That's me just shooting. That's Shinjuku. This was like 5 stories of watches. Okay, just like, or like 4, it was like a watch store. So all different watches.
You go to Kobayashi's?
Yes.
I've been to them all. Again, I mean, this was in '99, and then we lived there from 2002 to 2004.
Oh,
So yeah, I would just load my camera up and just walk.
I can just hear the songs playing.
I got really obsessed with all the signs that were just like rusted out, and these were the best. Like, this kid's gonna get run over by some lady. And some tourists. This is the Grand Sumo place, I think. Went to a lot of temples. I'm just gonna zing by some of these. This is the Grand Palace, blah blah blah. Some of these just English signs. Then we would always run into like American like influences on weirdest things. So my wife worked for Switch, a snowboard company, and this is just a bike parked outside, and it's got a sticker. I was like, oh yeah, great. This is me getting arty.
Glad you got that out of your system.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, the shadows through the temple onto the gravel of the Zen. Yeah. I'll go fast. Yeah, you can buy big beers in vending machines. And we had all these really chance things. I know this is like, I'm guess I'm giving more of a slideshow of lost and found in this interpretation of mine. This guy, 844 Store, he is an artist who created these characters. We stumbled down some alleys in Kyoto. Very famous Japanese artist. He opened a store, like a restaurant, kind of in protest because his friend was arrested for weed or hashish. So he named the store 844, and in Japanese it's says hashi store. So it was kind of a hidden gem of like, oh, I'm gonna open a restaurant in protest that my friend got arrested, and I'm gonna call it hashish in Japanese phonetically. And then you talk to the guy, you're like, oh, you're cool. My friend Toshi, yes, go skateboarding in Olympics. I didn't set this up. I just put the load thing in. I was like, yes, I skated in Tokyo. And so my friend Satoshi. But yeah, that 844 store, great. Another one. He was featured in a ton back in the mid and late 90s, and we just found his restaurant. It was really cool. Cats are sacred, and this is a nod to Jenny. Cats. This is in Nagasaki. So yeah, all the cats around the plaza that they had is sacred. Golden
Brian, the
Temple.
line on that cat's forehead like lines up exactly with the.
Oh, that is so weird.
Yeah, that cat was dirty.
See through.
Yeah,
No, but the line on the pavement.
Yeah,
The
right.
lines
Oh,
with
yes.
the line on his head.
I know.
Nicely done. Very arty.
Oh yeah, again, I mean, it's kind of like almost shooting like fish in a bucket. You know, you're just like, you just walk the streets of Tokyo, like bam, 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 done. Golden Temple. Yes. So this is my wife Deanne signing autographs.
Yeah.
Who is she? Don't know.
I lived in Korea for 4 years. I had the same thing. They would pull hair out of my head and make me sign my name. They're just like, what?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. And then again, so we went there at the beginning of summer, so that's when all the schools were happening. So we started really avoiding those places really quickly because it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's like obviously, yeah, this is like temple shooting, and yeah, my sister-in-law giving an interview to schoolgirls when they speak no English and she speaks no Japanese.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
And then everybody wants to give a hey, sacred deer Anara. Sorry. And they're chewing on some kid's lunch that they stole.
Oh my God.
That's a great shot.
That is.
And
Love that.
the sacred, if you ever go to Japan, you go to Kyoto, take that 45-minute train ride down and go to Nara. Best thing in the world. Nara, sacred deer. They will pick your pocket.
Those antlers are unreal.
Yeah, because they're sacred.
Well, yes.
Again, more autographs. I love the fact koi ponds, another ones. I didn't really mix these up. I just threw them all together. And karaoke, you can't go to Tokyo without karaoke on a steamy lens.
I feel like the blurriness of that really captures like a drunken karaoke night.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can see the pictures in the bottom. Okay.
That's great.
Again, more pictures. I didn't sort these. I just do them. They're all ready to go. This is us. This I always look at this one when I was like quickly going through. I was like, this is like travel weary. 3 people traveling together.
Sick of each other, but also can't get away.
Are there any pictures of you in here, Brian? Like baby Brian?
Hold on.
Baby Brian!
Hold on. So this is Miyajima Island. On the very top, we did the reverse. You could take a trolley up and then hike down, or take a trolley up down. We did the reverse. We hiked all the way up, which was the best thing in the world, because when you get to the top, it's all monkeys scavenging for food. and then you're like, I just had the best nature walk in the world, and now I'm on top of like, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Again, Miyajima Island, super cool. My wife on top of Miyajima Island. Hiroshima. We actually went there on it was a commemoratory one, and we went to the Peace Plaza, and they were handing out rice paddles in because we were there close enough to the actual anniversary, and we still have that peace paddle today. It was actually really somber moment to go there and go like, and everybody wanted to talk to you in a very respectful and kindful way, just going like, we're so glad you came this far. Especially Hiroshima was kind of easy because everyone goes to go to Hiroshima, but Nagasaki, it's farther down the train line, and they were really happy to see us. They were just like, so thank you for coming from see us. Nagasaki. I'm obsessing on things like skateboards, Miyajima Island, look at that big bug. Never seen a bug that big before. Next to the umbrella. Took a lot of things. I took a lot of graffiti in Yokohama because it was really interesting. Oh yeah, this is one of those monkeys on Miyajima Island. There's no, yeah. I was like, and they're just waiting. They're like, give me something. Yeah, more street art. Yeah. Jackie Chan's restaurant. Yay.
Yeah.
More like I just want to pull all these pictures. I think I have like hundreds of these of just everyone just tired.
Oh my God, is that Run DMC on her shirt?
Yes, it is.
They look so much alike.
On the train, get that Shinkansen. Yeah, Nagasaki. This is Nagasaki Peace Park. Again, people were really stoked to see us. Very odd
Yeah, that's like one buck.
Yeah.
sculpture, but that's their official bomb, like epicenter. This is in one. Oh, this was in one of the museums. Kind of sad, really sad, powerful. The palace. Oh, this is a funny picture. If you ever go to Nara again, there's a little hole in a beam on the largest wooden structure in the world that if you go through and don't get stuck, you have good luck forever. This is my wife getting out. Weird street art. Just a random guy who was just like happy to talk to us. And just like, hey, I did this and this, and hey, I'm so happy to blah, blah, talking.
Look so happy.
Yeah, we had like a half-hour conversation, just chilling. And then we're like, can I take a picture? Because you don't want to be like back, and just like, hey, we're having a good conversation. He's like telling us his story and how he's thankful that we're coming to visit his country and as Americans and there's no hate and blah, all that jazz, So Kyoto. I'm gonna get to just get a card from the thingy things. I'll go fast because it's all, yeah. I just love the fact that in the middle of in Tokyo, ding ding ding. It's like
Great portrait.
love it. Like this is more the dead tired. Like stop taking pictures. Tired. I'll get to the end. A picture of me. There's us running around in Tokyo. I'm just gonna go fast now because I had a lot, and I just didn't get anything. I was really impressed by the clouds. I love the clouds of Japan. Fucking love them all day. Sit there and stare up at the sky all day. A deer, that's a bad photo. Going fast. This is so to your question on how rooms are measured, that's a tatami mat, that line. So you count how many tatamis, and that's how they don't do square footage, they do tatami squares. So that was
Average apartment there was how many tatamis? Would it be 10 or something, or 8 or
10 would be good.
so the average
There's a picture of me.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
That's me.
Wow.
Yep, all shot on that camera, the
That's great.
OM1 MD. I think that's it. Yeah, there's some coin. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I know that. Boom. That's my lost and found.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian.
I love that.
A quick note, if anybody wants to go to Japan via Netflix, I totally recommend Midnight Diner.
Oh,
It's in Japanese, but the subtitles, it's just fabulous. The whole thing takes place basically in this diner. And you just feel like you're there. It's just really, really, and if you just want to chill out, go to the Midnight Diner.
Right. It's a great country. I mean, I've been to all the islands, been north, south, east, west. Again, yeah, it's definitely a cultural experience, and yeah, I would recommend it to everybody. Sadly, we couldn't get there last year because of COVID, but it's worth the trip for sure.
I've been dying to go there for years.
You'll spend a lot of money on film.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Brian. That was great. We got to go to Japan today. I didn't know. Next up is Ed, but is Ed here? No. Okay. Next is Phil. Where's Phil? Phil Mactares. Thought I saw his name somewhere. No. Oh my God, we have 3 no-shows. Who has something they want to show? Putting you on the spot. You can do it. It could be anything.
If you give me a minute.
You've got a minute.
All right. Wait, hold on. I gotta find a thing.
Oh no, I don't, honestly, I'm not sure I know Philip, but I don't know Phil or Ed that I know of.
Yeah, how do we have 3 no-shows?
That's nuts.
It's the era of Zoom is winding down.
I think so.
People forgot about Zoom activities.
Wow. Once we're in our 3rd wave, they'll come back.
Yeah. Wait, is this our 3rd or our 4th wave?
I think
Fourth.
it's our 4th,
Big,
unfortunately.
Is this 4?
At the stadium, it just
It's
keeps.
4.
You don't know.
It's
I
4.
bet you if we took a 5-minute break, we could all find something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone right now is welcome. We'll just, I'll put on the music and we can get some pictures going.
I can find millions of pictures.
I know you can.
Yeah.
Lost idea.
There's
I can show you some.
here for
fun-
your viewing pleasure. There's my brother holding my niece when she was like
Nice.
5 weeks old.
Wow, that's a lovely photograph.
Wow.
And he was just here. He was just here, and I have it on my little thingy here. He's like, wait a second. Who is that? Like, it's you. It's you and Gwen.
I know how to do lost and forgotten.
Yeah, you do. Oh, Neely. Neely's gonna go.
I can show some pictures. They're not mine. They were my grandfather, but I've been going through slides of his that were scanned, and I
Perfect.
found some cool pictures from, I think, like the early 1960s of their trip to Paris, which is kind of interesting. So I want to use Brid. Oops. So let me get this set up. It's just a few pictures, but it's kind of funny that like the clothing and stuff. And I think that they saw part of Tour de France. And of course, my computer accidentally decided to open up Photoshop. Okay. Let's see.
That'll take about 10 minutes.
Right? Okay, here we go. And can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so they're not in any particular order, and it's just a handful. And I didn't realize when I scanned the images that I put these in to be scanned. I scanned about 18,000 of his pictures.
What?
Yeah, my grandfather was a
You scanned
photographer. No, I
18,000?
didn't scan. I went through
Oh,
and
okay.
got rid of
Wow.
about 16,000 and scanned. So I found these. And my grandfather used to work for Prudential Insurance, and he was invited to different places, different conferences and talks and stuff. So this is a Paris trip. And so this is along the Champs-Élysées. And I'm guessing by the outfits, this is probably early 60s, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe
late.
Okay, let's see if I can get this to move forward. Oh, stop it. Okay. So here, this is from the top of the Eiffel Tower. I've done no editing on these whatsoever. I want to go back now and see if these places are there, because some of these places just hang on forever. Obviously, it's in Montmartre. The classic newsstands.
On the Seine.
Yep. And Champ de Mars.
Cool colors. So were these slides?
These were slides. I don't know. He passed away, and that's when I ended up getting a bunch of his images. So I never got a chance to talk to him about this trip or what film he used or anything like that. And he over time, different cameras, different film, things like that. So
Great shot. Great
of the
shot.
gendarme. That's my grandfather and my grandmother. They lived in Florida. That's why it says Venice in the studio, because that's Venice, Florida.
Ah,
So my grandfather used to prepare like slide presentations for his camera clubs. These are out of order. I just opened up the thing, but he used to actually like create titles, like this is our trip to Paris. And he was actually one of those people who, said, hey, let's look at our slides of our trip. You would want to go because he was better than the average bear. So
how did he
Paris,
put those on those slides? Did he
That's
write them
fantastic.
on there?
I don't know. He had a darkroom in his house, so maybe he cut out the letters and did it.
Interesting.
Placed them on. I don't know. Maybe he
It's just-
stuck.
It's copy stand work. You can look at some old documentaries on how to like make sales presentations
Oh,
for like making overlays. It's a
So
I shot at a copy stand and
what I like looking at, like first of all, the shape of this is the shape of the slide. But if you look at like this, the fringing around and just how blue this is, I would love to know.
yeah.
I'm not knowledgeable about color film.
Yeah.
So I would love to know what it is. Here they are near the actually
Look how
these
few cars there are on the road.
These cars look older than early 60s.
Yeah,
but
I think this is 50s because the girl's clothing in that first shot seemed 50s-ish to me.
Yeah, I mean, and these old Citroën,
Yep.
so it could be, but then of course, like Paris, like France and England and those places were economically behind at this time.
Right.
So
Certainly.
they had things longer. It wasn't until till the mid 60s that the boom really started to happen economically. So this is a bike race, and they were there during the Tour de France, from what my mom remembers. But what used to happen is that as the cyclists started to come in, people would get on their bikes and ride in with the contestants.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, because this looks like either a pre-parade ride or a post-parade ride.
Exactly.
That is a great.
But look at how they're dressed to watch this.
Oh my God, look at his hat.
And like the opera glasses, and
That's
she
a
has
great
the veil over her face, and she's
my
just so cute.
And her gloves.
Yes, I know. I saw these pictures and I was like, these are so much better than the old family photos that I saved. So I'm glad I saved these. They're more interesting. Yeah, and like he's got his little case for his binoculars. It's just adorable. Oh, and that's it. Okay, and this is a family.
God, my
photo.
cousin just gave me a bunch of binoculars and they're in that exact case with that same little latch.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I literally have them right here. It's so.
That's funny.
That's so funny.
But there we go. All right. Then we get into family photos, and
That was really cool. Thanks so
That was
much for
super cool.
sharing.
yeah, a little blast from the past.
Yeah. That was way before my kitten picture.
No, I know, but that poor kitten, after you said it
I don't think that one died. I forgot. I must have blocked it out. I was busy wetting my bed then at summer camp, and that was traumatic enough. All right. Maybe that was too much personal history. Who's next? Yeah. Bernie. Oh, you're muted. There you
I'm
go.
muted. Here
How's
I
your
am.
steak?
Well, it was good.
Okay, good.
Following a recipe, and it really turns out too salty, but what can you do? The reason I joined this Zoom is because I'm going to present some things at another one, and I had never seen one of these things. So I just wanted to see what it's all about. So
What it's about.
the one I'm going to do is portraiture. So I'll show you some other stuff that's more like found stuff, like
Great.
you're, okay?
Yeah.
So what do? I just go straight to my page, and do you share my screen or do I do it?
You do. So you click on that share screen green button in the bottom of middle bottom.
I better make sure I got my other good stuff behind it though, right? Let me see what I got. I got Facebook.
So you click on the share screen, and then it's going to give you a grid of different windows that are open on your computer.
Oh, okay.
And so you're going to pick
Okay. Pick the one I want.
pick the one you want.
Okay.
Then
So
and then do
all right,
okay.
So I will share screen.
Yep.
Okay. And what am I looking at? Photos.
Typically pick the application that you're sharing from, not
That's
the
probably this one. Oh no, that's probably wrong. Oh,
What
the
application
application is Chrome, but I got 2 Chrome windows open.
Oh yeah, pick the one that you want us to
They're just giving me X's, like I can't. Maybe I've got my settings.
And go to desktop 1 first and then go there.
They all have exclamation points, not happy.
You should see desktop 1.
I see it, but it's got an exclamation.
A triangle.
A triangle with an exclamation mark, like I can't do that. Oh, I'll hit share, but I don't think there's anything there. Oh, I see. I better go to Google Chrome and do that and hit the share button, see what happens. Open system preferences. That's what my problem is. Okay, so I have to share Google Chrome. Oh, and with Zoom. Oh, this is outrageous.
Do you want me to share first while you're figuring it out?
Yeah, yeah, go
I
ahead.
think that would be good.
All right, so how do I unshare? Oh, I haven't really shared yet.
You haven't shared yet. You're fine. I think Sharon can share.
You go ahead, yeah.
We'll try. It's been a while. I haven't been on Zoom.
I know.
Woo!
We used to be really good at this.
Yeah, it used to be really good. So when I'm looking at my screen right now, it says desktop 1, which is highlighted. And then because I'm using Lightroom, I'm going to click on the Lightroom box, and then I click on share. And there we are.
Oh, here it is.
Okay, you got it?
Oh, well, it's just got Zoom open now. So I don't know if that means.
So right now we're looking at Sharon's screen.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing now.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do the other thing.
Well, apparently I'm not doing too good either. Okay, wait. So, I worked for many years on forgotten furniture or furniture left out because of its animated quality. Like it was always so animated, like you could just imagine the person there, but it was without the person. So it was sort of like the idea of it's forgotten or it's left out. So it's not actually family histories, partly because my family is in disarray, I would say, disarray. So, anyway, so I worked on this series for quite a long time, and I made these small prints, matted in bigger mats, but the prints were very small.
Oops.
Much smaller than you're probably seeing, depending on your screen size now.
We're not seeing them actually, or I'm not. Is anyone else seeing them?
Not. Okay, so now how about that?
Oh,
No, we're just seeing a big white screen with the film strip at the bottom.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's something about the L shortcut that doesn't work. How about this?
For some
works.
reason, the image is not coming through.
So we're all
I
having.
could see it in the top left, you know, when you select an image, but when you have the sidebars on.
It looks like you're in the develop module.
Oh, that might.
You need to just share the whole screen.
Oh, is this going to work? No. Shoot. Now we're all having I was acting like the authority, and I got no authority. Good. I got to practice for school. All right. This is good. No, there's something I think actually, if I hit the L key, it actually makes the screen white. Is it white now?
Well, now you're not sharing, but it was white.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of L key thing. Let me share again. If I don't use the L. Now can you see it?
It's still white. Is everybody else seeing white?
Yeah.
Yeah, still.
Yes.
Go to the preview tab, see library, or you're in
Oh
development.
yeah.
So go to library.
Hit library at the top, Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, okay.
that's
And
well,
then
that's
what?
odd. And then go wait.
It's-
Oh, you have the multiple monitor setting set. You have two monitors. You sharing monitor 1, monitor 2?
I don't know.
I see on the lower left.
Ah.
Jessica, do you want to try sharing yours while Sharon's figuring out? Okay.
Let me try it.
All right. Jessica's gonna go, and then we'll revisit Sharon and Bernie.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Success.
So
That's
how
good.
do
Is this your homemade lens?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Wow.
if you could call it that, but yeah. So I found these bellows that will attach to my older Nikon, and on the other end of the bellows, I stuck in a larger lens on it, or taped it, like just taped it on. And then on my Yosemite trip, I just played with it. So that's what these are.
Awesome. Ooh, I see color in there.
Yeah.
The earth feels alive.
It's kind of like a
Ooh.
spiff on
What?
a lens baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And how
Oh,
many photographs of Half Dome have you seen? And this is just an entirely new way to look at it.
Very special. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because like the actual like half dome part is not, it's kind of blurry. Like normally that is like what we're there to see. And this is making us see it in this different way. That is so very cool. It's like you're running past and just like going ching, ching, ching.
So when did you take these?
Just a couple weeks ago.
I love the muted colors.
Really great.
And this is on 4x5 film?
No, this is all just digital.
wow.
Yeah, so I'm hand holding the camera, and then I'm hand holding the bellows, and everything, both can move. So it was tricky to get the exposure because every time you move the bellows, the exposure would change.
Oh my God.
And just trying to get you couldn't get the same shot twice. There's no way. Even if I look, I'm sorry.
Is it hard to look through it? It must be really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you're holding the camera, and then you're holding the lens on the end of the bellows, and you're it's like a snake almost on the other side, and so you're moving that lens around and trying to just figure out where you want to focus, and then hopefully you get the exposure right, and sometimes you don't. And every time when I would change the exposure, the exposure would change based on how I'm moving the bellows or the lens.
How are you clicking the shutter?
With my right hand. So I'm holding the camera with this hand and then clicking here and holding the
Oh my God.
bellows.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like you're shooting with a slinky.
It is.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. And it was it was a perfect day to play because I hit some rain for 2 days in Yosemite. So I just drove around Toga Pass and just pulled over and made a bunch of photos. So.
Yeah. How come we don't get any rain?
Okay, now why is it not advancing? There we go.
Wow. This works so great.
I really love these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
Like, I want to buy a print now.
First sale of a show and tell Zoom.
Right.
Like,
Oh, nice.
oh my gosh.
very relaxing, actually.
It's just such a different way to see Yosemite.
And
Did
it was-
you, so you were hiking? Did you hike up here? Or-
this one was tunnel view, so I didn't hike here. This was the day I did a lot of hiking this trip, and that was the problem. I did take that camera up to Upper Yosemite Falls, and it was crazy hot, and I had trouble keeping the bellows on the camera as I'm hiking. So the the bellows was like a snake, and it would just fall down, like the lens would just fall down. And so I taped it, but that melted because it was crazy hot hiking. But yeah, it was, so that was the last time I hiked with that. I have to figure out another solution for that. But this I was just driving around. So this is tunnel view.
We need to see photos of that getup.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can definitely take
Or you
pictures.
could show us.
I actually destroyed the bellows because they just, since I don't have a way to keep the lens connected to the camera, and I had it just sitting in my car, the bellows are destroyed. So right now that those bellows are not functional, but yeah, I have to figure out a solution to keep the bellows on.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
What?
That one.
Ooh. Now, why are they
Great.
smudging?
I'm not muted.
Oh.
It's the equipment she's using.
Oh.
Is that's the rain?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is very curious. Wow, that is so,
Yeah, it almost looks like snow or sleet.
it does.
That's a good point.
I think that's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are really beautiful.
Okay, hello.
So did I stop? Oh, there we go. Stop sharing. There we go.
Those were great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, here's
All
some-
right, Bernie or Sharon? It's a
Well, I
race.
can try again to see
Okay.
if, I also in the chat gave a link to my Flickr with all the photos, and I could direct you how to share
Oh, okay.
on yours, but let me see if I can do it.
Why don't you try? And if you can't, I'll try to do it.
Okay. Oh, now I can see these things. So there it is. I changed my settings. So now I can
That can
do it,
help.
I guess.
There we
Oh.
go.
Okay, so I'm gonna do I mostly do portraits, all these people, but I'm not gonna show those. I'm gonna do that in a few weeks. So some found photos. Well, oh, here's one. How do I open it big? This is my daughter and her young girlfriend when they were quite young. They're both 31 now. And that's my trumpet she was playing. So do you see the cursor when I do this or?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All
we
right.
can see everything. It's
Yeah.
on the screen.
You can hit the full screen option up there in the top right.
Oh, should I do full screen? Where
The
is it?
arrows
That
Double
one up a
arrow.
little bit.
to the right.
Two
right.
arrows. Nope, down,
Oh,
down,
there. No,
down,
let's go into the cloud.
Diagonal.
No,
Nope.
no.
Oh,
down,
Oh, no,
to the
in
right.
the Zoom. I gotta go. Oh, I see.
Right where you-
now.
No, not in the Zoom. In your Flickr window,
Oh,
there's that full screen thing. Nope.
There's
all the way to the right, all the way to the
Down.
right,
Yeah,
down.
there. There it is.
That's good.
Am I
Oh.
full screen now? Yeah,
Sort of.
should be. Whoops, I'm gonna go back to the photo stream. And there it goes. Okay, so I went to Paris too. And this is the Paris Marathon.
Nice.
Oh,
I had just arrived the night before in Paris. And I was jet lagged. I woke up in the morning very early, jet lagged out, and I went for an espresso outside. And all of a sudden, this huge bunch of people were just running by. So I tried to time how long one pace was, one of their strides. And I set my shutter speed accordingly. So it turns out when you run, your feet actually stay on the ground for quite a bit longer than they're actually off the ground. So that's why the feet are actually pretty clear and everything's just a blur going by.
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? So that's Paris Marathon. Back to the photo stream. Okay, and then we went to Giverny, which is where Monet lived. So this is Monet's lily pond here. Let's see, there. I think this one was taken with 6x7 Bronica. Almost all my other pictures are with 35 millimeter. And how do I get back now? Oh, I got to do that. Back here. I don't know. Oh, we went to Israel, and so there's some street photography here. I can just run through them in order. Boom, boom. Whoops. Oh, they're going to show ads because I don't pay for Flickr. Yeah, just some street photography in the market. Jerusalem, the old city. Oh, now that's no longer Israel. Let's see what we got. My dog up here. I'm not going to blow her up, but that's
Please don't blow Bella.
that's Bella. And what else we got here? I can show you.
Lots of people.
Yeah, lots of people. Lots of people. I don't know. Oh, the Wailing Wall. Whoops. How come that got blown up big? That's not supposed to be blown up like that.
Why were you on the woman's side of the Wailing Wall?
That was taken with a telephoto from pretty far back. But how do I make this smaller? It all of a sudden got.
If you're using a trackpad, you might want to, like on a phone, you might want to pinch your fingers together to make it smaller.
This isn't a phone.
Might be your mouse.
Oh, maybe if I just go minus.
Exactly. That should work. Yep.
There you go.
There, you got it.
No, it's going to go. No, it's a much bigger photo. Everything's
Kind of minus again. Minus some more.
There. Okay.
It's the women's side.
That's the women's side, but I have one. Well, there's the men's side. There's this one.
When was this? When were you in Israel, Freeze?
Like 4 years ago. I made this into what's called a Van Dyke Brown. I've been experimenting with some alternative photo processes and cyanotype and Van Dyke Brown. But I don't have those in this Flickr, but I made this one into a Van Dyke Brown. You coat you mix up your chemicals and you coat them onto watercolor paper. And then you make a full size, in this case, it was 12 by 18 inch digital negative from the digital file by inkjet on transparent overhead projector film. And then you contact print that onto your homemade emulsion on the watercolor paper with a UV light. And then you process it, but I wish I could show you that.
Were you happy with the results?
Yeah. I could show you if I can turn on my camera, but because there's a camera on this thing, but I don't know if that'll work. Next time, we'll do that. Unless I go to iPhoto, can I switch this now to iPhoto? Yeah. How do I go to a different screen I want to show?
Yeah, you might have to go to a different screen. Should we maybe go on to Sharon
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be nervous.
Don't be nervous. Those were great. Thank you, Bernie, for sharing
Yeah.
those.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I love this shot that's up on the Wailing Wall. That one's really,
Very beautiful. I think the distance too of it.
yeah, and that weird tree growing out from the.
Yeah, they just grow from between the rocks. Yeah.
It's like a protective.
So Bernie, what you need to do is click on the stop share at the top.
Oh, okay. And then find a new thing to share.
No.
Yeah, well, when you stop and
Oh.
then Sharon can give a go.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Okay.
I can find something else.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Sharon. And I think Bob has got some stuff to show as well.
Oh, then
If we've got some time.
Done.
We've got about 20 minutes left.
So, oh, is that working?
Yay!
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, yeah, like I was saying, basically, I photographed a lot of furniture as sort of surrogates or like as if there's the figure is there, as if the figure is there, and kind of it's more like a gesture or like for instance, this would be, you know, like a sadness. Like I was interested in, you know, actually, I'm almost always interested in how do we survive? Like how do we make it through? You know, and so this is sort of leaning up against the wall. You know, it's still surviving, you know, in a way. So they're sort of like surrogates or amorphous. And also, you know, well, here the lighting is on it and it's like, ta-da! So
there's a really good group. There's a really good Flickr group or a hashtag, or if you're on IG, called Sofa Free.
Oh, really?
It's all about photos of sofas, out, like just like this.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So I work on a lot of series over super long periods of time. This is one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Also, there's a ton of groups. One of my favorites is also the mattresses of Paris and mattresses of Amsterdam.
So is it the same people?
No, it's a kind of a collaboratory effort. But check out the hashtag Sofa Free, because there's a lot of Oakland people that are core to that group.
Cool.
I always loved this series, Sharon, but I love all of your series.
This is actually I have a better version, but like reminds me of like, oh, like can we next time I get the electric chair, can we have a lazy boy, a lazy girl, lazy girl electric chair?
That looks like but that's a that's a manicurist chair.
Yeah. Actually, every time I'm at the dentist, I want to just, can I take it home? Oh, this is, I think, the same one. I had to throw it together like in a jiffy. I did do sofas, although more chairs, because I thought they were more figurative. But I did do some sofa. And I got very into doing mattresses, but I would do close-ups of the patterns and the stains, the endless stains, which are not really in this grouping. And most of these were actually taken in San Francisco. This is a good example of San Francisco architecture.
I love the color and texture on this one.
Yeah,
what were you shooting like these with, or what do you shoot these?
So when I started doing digital, I went through every single camera, like, and also because I was asked to teach digital and I had no idea what the fuck to, excuse my language. I mean, I was working in a darkroom for years, and then they said, and I was teaching in the darkroom, and they go like, oh, we want you to teach digital. I didn't know how to touch a computer. And so actually I went through a lot of little cameras. I mean, I think I went really ballistic when I got the Nikon G9. But this isn't even a chair. What the heck? but
Didn't you shoot a lot with that Canon G? Were they the G series also? Those little guys with
Canon
the
G9. Yeah, that's what I went berserk with. But
yeah.
now,
So this is
and now I got an Olympus OMD, because it's so cute, EM10 Mark II, which is the tiniest, cutest little camera in the world, but it's a micro four thirds. But all these were done with really tiny, like the Nikon Coolpix, because I like small gear, but now I'm actually shooting probably big ass gear. I'm shooting a lot with Sony right now.
cool.
I have gobs more, but this is what I could come
You're
up
so
with.
good at humanizing these objects.
They seem human to me. I mean, this is like, and then if you photograph all these kids things just abandoned, so it deals with abandonment and left out, and
Totally.
I like a lot of the psychological. This is kind of a lame one. I just ooh, that's lame. The shadow. This is good. So
That's
this is kind of like when I had a show at Blue Sky, and I named them. I started naming them like after strippers, like Tiffany. But I did name a lot of them. This one I could just call Laughter at this point. Anyway, I could just call this Laughter. Okay, that's the end of it.
Thanks, Sharon. Awesome.
Those are great.
Can I just grab the screen real quick and I just show Sharon something real quick?
Sure. And then let's go to Bob after that.
Sorry, I just want to say, like, so for free. Again, so for free is one of the best hashtags out there. It's just
I see. Yeah.
It's just, and there, obviously some are just not, but some are like very artistically done. I mean, this is just the hashtag.
I have a lot of criteria. Sometimes I have to clean up the stuff around it.
Oh, see,
I have criteria.
But so this is a mixture. This is just a hashtag, but there's like revisits of the sofa, and it's a hodgepodge. But yeah,
that vertical one.
Yeah, the vertical ones, and then also, I'm sure people do exactly the same thing.
That's good too with the tree embracing. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just like I love shooting like furniture on the street too. That's why I contribute to this hashtag as well.
All right. Okay.
That's funny
stuff.
All right, Bob, you're up.
Hi. So, how honest do we need to be in this?
No honesty.
Okay.
At this point, it's like a free for all, right?
So the honest comment I have is, I was just planning on kicking back and watching and observing, and I lit a little bowl and just watching. All of a sudden, you said, "Oh, we need some people to maybe throw some photos up there for lost and forgotten." And I'm thinking,
yeah, when 3 out of the 4 people don't show up.
Oh, totally. Anyway, I think I didn't take these, but there are 8 shots that were lost and forgotten. And the story is basically, during the pandemic, I went into a box in my garage that I knew what was in it. It was old photo albums, which, I hadn't looked at in decades and decades, and got one and started scanning. And I'll just share a little bit of what I've got here. There we go. That's me. Share. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. So.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So these pictures you're going to see are from about 1914. And what this is like a day in the life. Actually, my grandmother is in there, but these are just some pictures that somebody was taking of an adventure they had in 1914. They were basically on a ferry boat working their way up the Hudson River to Fishkill, New York, to be exact. And I just love the composition. I love the pictures, the clothes, and just what's going on. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is great.
So there they are, still at the pier, and you can see. Oh, I'm sorry, it was April 1913. Yeah.
That is so cute.
Where's
Look
Cold
at them
Spring?
smiling. Yeah,
Cold
where
Springs.
is that?
I'm not sure, but they're at the pier. It's somewhere. It's obviously going to be somewhere along the Hudson River.
Yeah, it's
And
something-
actually, I was right. At the bottom, it says taken June 20th, 1914. Anyway. And, just, the clothes and the posing, and I just love it, right?
That one's wonderful.
I
And
like
Miss
the script.
Shapiro and Miss Cherson, and, it's just a wonderful visual. And the name of the boat, as you can see, it was the Googie 2. So it's taken June 20th, 1914 on the Googie 2 on the Hudson.
So this is a classic way to like glue photos in and write on in a white chalk and like or
It's his pen.
China. I'm gonna say
Hey.
China marker,
Yeah.
but it's like
Yeah, it's calligraphy.
Oh my God, look at those. They're so playful. I love, like, they are just goofing off and photographing each other.
And that's my
Look at-
grandmother in the middle.
With the feather on her,
Yes.
on her head. I was
I
going to say
have to be
that's
honest,
amazing.
She was actually a nasty woman. I never knew her to wear feathers.
Nasty. I guess there's all kinds of nasty.
Well, I think in 1914, she wasn't as nasty as she was in the 60s.
That's a pretty risque outfit for 1914 because that's
I've got-
definitely
I've
pretty
got-
flapper.
I've got a lot of other pictures I won't show you, but I've got 8 here I'm showing.
What a
I
tease.
love that.
yeah.
That's a tease, Bob.
Well,
Is it-
that's me.
Are these the full sheets out of the album or the?
Yeah, I mean,
are-
basically, I set the tripod, facing straight down. I just started taking pictures of pages, and then threw it into Lightroom. Just started,
Uh-huh.
cropping them down and playing with them.
Is it so that's just like a 3? So in reality, it's a 3x5 image, right? It's not.
No, in reality, it's a screenshot from a page in a photo album that's crumbling right in my very hands as I go
But
through.
what
the size of the actual image.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. The size of the image is probably about 3x5.
3x5. Yeah.
I'm
The
sorry.
camera angle is very cool there.
Right,
It
that's my Uncle Lou, who was a confirmed bachelor. In those days, a confirmed bachelor was,
Wait, how come guys get to be a confirmed bachelor, but the women are spinsters?
yeah,
the
that was, hey.
The women are nasty.
I think-
I
I'll-
believe nasty was the phrase used.
Well, depends on which family you're from. Confirmed bachelor and spinster are 2 different things, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
true.
they could be 4 different things. Sorry, it was. Let me.
I thought
Okay,
a
well, that's
spinster
my
was an
Uncle
unmarried woman.
Yeah,
Of a
exactly.
certain age.
Exactly.
Yes, but it unconfirmed bachelor could mean other things as
No,
well.
it was.
Oh, right.
It was a
Got it.
euphemism for being gay. It was.
Yeah.
It was a euphemism for
For
being
gay.
gay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't use that word or
gotcha.
that term in those days.
Yeah.
So confirmed bachelor was the proper, polite way of saying it.
I know, but spinster could have been the same thing for the woman, and it is
Absolutely,
a
but
bullshit name.
totally.
Sorry. Yeah.
Those were dark times. Those were dark times.
Yeah, and we're so enlightened now.
There you go.
How about a confirmed bachelorette?
Okay, well, let's move off of the confirmed bachelor. So I just love this pose and this outfit and just the look. It's just,
Yeah, that's strong.
We titled
Yeah,
it,
this is
really?
great.
yeah, that was my grandmother.
Oh, so cool.
And this was a little bit early. It's 4th of July, 1913, in the neighborhood I grew up in, Manhattan Beach, which is in Brooklyn. And that's my grandmother in the middle with that guy's arm around her. And that was my grandfather who died when he was in his 40s, so I never knew him. But I love the group shot, the clothes, that caps, the bathing
So
suit.
good.
It's just such a moment. So long ago.
Those bathing suits are great.
So good.
And the last one I have is a few years later in the 20s, and I love this because to me, that's street photography right there.
Right.
And that's 1925, and that's my father as a little kid. And I just love the shadow coming in and the guy behind him and the car. I just love the feel of the image.
What an
Great.
attitude.
Especially in that oversized coat for a little kid
Yeah.
and grow into it.
Real attitude going on.
Yeah. So that's what I think when, lost, found. I thought I'd share these with you guys.
Those are beautiful.
Very cool.
Oh man.
This is a good bounce back from the no-show.
Yeah. You made me find a picture of my
Hold on, you have the
grandfather.
You
it's all
got
figured
that
out.
blurred background.
Yeah, your filter is not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pin you.
Actually, I have a little thing to go off of.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, I'm gonna highlight you, Brian. Hold on one sec.
I'm gonna turn off my
Or
background.
spotlight. Oh, whoops. I thought I spotlighted you. Did I?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my.
You did.
I did. Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
There we
so
go.
you can see my full room. So this is my grandfather,
Wow.
and he's front and center.
Yeah.
He was he worked from a porter to actually on the shipping and receiving, so it's a more important job. This is in Trenton, New Jersey, circa 1938.
Yay, New Jersey.
There's like two people of color in this. He's front and center.
There's a guy behind him, yeah.
I love this photo.
That's amazing.
There's the boss on the very far. This dude. This dude, and then and then there's the manager and all the flunkies. But my pop-up got front and center in the shot.
That's a beautiful photo.
What was your?
Sorry, you're the other photos from New York was like making me like tear up. Goes, oh, that's my photo. I have it right here all the time. Like, yes.
Love it.
But yeah, he retired from the railroad. So yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
Thank you.
Cool.
I didn't want to take away from the Hudson Valley. I want to throw Jersey in there.
They're all great.
Hey, Jersey.
Oh yeah, who was talking?
Oh, the other Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah. You freaked me out earlier when you said like, oh, and Brian will go up next. I'm like, wait, did I sign up for this? And just about it. Like just going off of what Brian and Bob were going through. During the whole pandemic, I was obsessively scanning everything I could and every negative I could and re-archived everything I did. And then now that, we're slightly off of the pandemic and, I went back to working full time. My father was like, oh, those negatives that you've always been looking for that I took of like San Francisco and New York in the late 70s. I just happened to find them. And my father was a playwright and was involved a lot in the theater scene in San Francisco. So I have literally a box that's behind me of negatives from every show that he put on or play that he was in or whatever that I'm working on scanning. But there's a lot of roles that go up to like 17, and then the last 4 pictures are just kind of random pictures that he took, and these are just some of the non-super theater one. The one I will show, because he always claimed this when I was a kid and could never prove it to me, was that
Brian, can you go full screen?
Yeah. Was that he used to perform with Robin Williams
At the other cafe?
Yes. And was it the Spaghetti Factory? Sorry, how do I go? There we go.
There you go.
Right before Robin Williams got famous, my father actually covered for him the week that he went down to be on Happy Days for the first time as Mork.
Oh my God.
And was practicing being Mork on stage like the week before. He always claimed this as a kid. We always like never believed it, and then we found it. And then I don't know if you guys have this experience with like looking at your parents' old negatives or photos or anything, where you open up he's put these all in these like really god awful envelopes. And he like totally fucked up all the fix is awful. But every time I open up one of these, I do like a little prayer where I'm like, please don't be something really bad that I don't want to know about my dad. Like, please don't be cocaine or, you know, whatever. But these are just kind of a couple of random. This was, he told me the first time he rode Bart. And apparently, I don't know if like they were just letting anybody drive it, but there's some random woman. I don't know if she was the conductor.
Really good shot.
I can't unpin myself. Sorry.
You can see the reflection a little bit there.
Yeah, I know.
Through the partition.
I've only noticed that once I've gone full screen here, and I'm trying to figure out like what he was wearing, because this was the whole roll has pictures of my grandfather and my aunt, and they look absolutely ridiculous in their like late 70s, you know, New Yorker who migrated to LA to the Valley look. Very Larry Sultan.
But wait, that was Bart?
Yeah, this was he's apparently this was Bart before it officially opened. So the tube wasn't open yet, but it was like,
oh wow.
And he's like, oh yeah, there's like, everybody thought it was so futuristic that people would like, they ran a thing where it's like you could ride from like Millbrae to San Francisco and back for a couple of dollars as like a special before it opened to the public kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, but that mirror that's not the opera. Was that person? I don't think that person's sitting there.
I don't know, but actually, no, I do know, because there are other pictures in here of like the three before it are her of sitting in the chair.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So it's like, Oh, that's because that's crazy. I'm
Really
like,
cool.
That's really cool.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this is Oakland.
Pantyhose.
Yeah, okay.
Pantyhose. Part of my family. This is Greenstein's Dry Goods, which is the store that side of the family ran up until like the late 2010, I think, of underwear down in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. But my grandmother was born in a rocking chair above this floor right here. She was born in the apartment above the store.
And is that her, or she's just the shopkeeper?
That is, I believe that is like one of my great aunts, I think. I'm forgetting which one. You know, sadly, I was one of the later grandchildren, so you know, I didn't get to meet a lot of the older generation, my grandparents' generation.
I'm really loving the detail on her outfit, like the Asian like frog enclosure at the neck, and you can see the top of a sort of Asian-y pagoda kind of place.
Yeah.
Like so it speaks very much of the time that this picture would have been taken based on her outfit, which I think is so fun.
And you know, something that I kind of realized, especially about my grandmother, and that they were very, I don't want to say they were somewhere between fancy and eccentric in the way they dressed, and were very much always with like the kind of the new radical styles. They very quickly changed from you know, like suits and dresses to like the 70s and 80s looks, and always had on like every piece of jewelry they owned. And I think it kind of started with this of coming from the textile trade and the, you know, selling hosieries, undereries. And
about what decade is this, or year? Do you have any idea?
This was taken 77.
Okay.
77 or 78.
Love
Love
this.
this.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
And
this is fantastic.
All day.
So good.
And I can
We'll be
tell
buying
he's
a
not a
printer.
red shirt because I can,
Right down to the coat hanger antenna.
Oh yeah.
of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Get great resonation off a coat hanger. Kirk,
What's the-
Spock, and Bones. Boom.
Is that someone's knee in the front? Like, what is the blurry bit?
I kind of think it's his knee. I kind of think there's, again.
I think it's a glass.
Yeah.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
there were a couple of envelopes that he wrote when he gave them to me. He just wrote "stoned" on them. He was in the arts in San Francisco in '77. Like,
Awesome.
So great.
Amazing.
Couldn't help it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Squad goals.
I want to know why the guy with the sunglasses in the middle looks gigantic.
I think it probably was.
There's a huge head.
Yeah,
I think they're like performing Hair in Golden Gate Park.
yeah. This was I believe a comedy group of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like a cast because they have nice hair.
Totally. It seems like a cast.
I think
Love the,
he had like
the light on the guy in the middle.
Which one?
Yeah, there is something eerie about like there's just the way that they all fit. It's just
Yeah,
interesting.
I think he had kind of a he took the job of doing everybody's like resume and cast photos a lot of times. So this is one of the more interesting ones that I found.
The guy in the back top looks so familiar to me. I don't know why.
You know what? They're really I feel bad because I'm a comedy nerd and I should know more about this era of comedy and theater and stuff. And I know once I sit down with him and be like, okay, this one, that's so and so, and you've seen them in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's seriously some familiar faces.
Yeah, I know. Who's the woman in American Beauty? The mom.
Oh yeah, Annette Bening. She was with ACT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad did a bunch of shows with her.
Oh, cool.
When she was at SF State, and actually my parents met because they were both working backstage at a play that Annette Bening had like one line in.
Cool. Oh, so good.
And again, my father, didn't have any kind of, I think, serious interest in photography or in my uncle definitely was, and I know had a darkroom set up in the home my father grew up in. So, all of these are self-developed and are really showing that, he was an okay darkroom assistant. That's, and again, I haven't gone through and dedusted some of these, so
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm done.
Yeah, but that's it. That I can pull up.
Those are so fun.
I know.
Very,
I
very
am
cool.
dying to get back into a darkroom to print these, to like make some real prints. So either the Harvey Milk Center needs to get their act together, or
Come visit us. Come visit us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Harvey Milk is not opening anytime soon.
I know. I've written so many letters to local government officials.
Save your stamps.
Well, folks, it's 8:37.
Yeah, I might
Usually
need to.
we just go to 8:30.
I love this. I took it as a little turn as like lost found, but yeah, I have piles and piles of negatives to show people. Like it was really cool to hear like personal stories, because that's what kind of got me. I mean, I can go back and before I was born, and that's really what touched me on what Bob was showing, and Brian, what you were showing, and yeah, that's and Jenny, what you were showing too. I mean, it was, because I mean, I just threw this picture of my grandfather like not being lynched, but being kind of respected in a photograph that was shown in a newspaper. So I got tons of it. So
Yeah, I mean, what a just kind of serendipitous fluke of a show and tell tonight, I mean, I always enjoy them, no matter what, but this one was unique, and I think we conquered.
Well, I'm thankful for everyone that showed.
Yeah.
And the Paris, I mean, Neely, Paris, dang.
Well, you should Tokyo. I love Tokyo.
Yeah, but mine's only 20 years, not like 50 years old. Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, but Bob, 19 teens. Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it was all of it was amazing. Like truly. Well, thank you everybody for coming tonight. I just want to review a little bit what's coming up. Are we in August? We are. So next month is September. Tuesday the 14th is Jean Dominique is hosting, and the theme is portraits or portraiture, let's face it. And we already have 7 people participating. It should be a great show and tell. So same bat time, same bat channel. And then after that in October is a film swap V2. We did this a few months ago. It's super fun. I am gonna put this link in the chat right now. Wait, oops, what am I doing? I'm gonna put it in the chat. We definitely need to, or not need, there's a link in there so that you can like join up with people to do a film swap. It's super fun. For people like Ron who don't live here, and Bob, I actually am not certain where you are. We can put film in the mail and swap it.
I'm just
anyway.
on the other side. I'm just on the other side of the cul-de-sac.
Oh, okay, you're here.
But yeah, and
Ron and I.
And
actually, Ron
and
and I
Underdog,
are signed up.
So Underdog will process any swap film, so you don't have to worry about it. So if you want to do color E6, black and white, sheet film, yeah, we were supporting it before, but I don't know, it was, but yeah. So if you're shooting film, we'll pass it around and then send it to Underdog, and whoever signs up, we'll get you links, and you don't. There's no processing or scanning fees.
That is so awesome, Brian. Thank you so much.
But I'm in this one though.
Yeah. Yeah, just, hey man, sign up. So there is.
I know. I'm in there.
You're in there. All right. So if you click on that link that I just put in the chat, there is a secondary link in the film swap section where you can put in your name and say what you want to shoot and kind of join up with somebody. And it's really, really fun. And if anyone needs any information about like how best to shoot or whatever, I learned a lot last time from Philip because he's done this. Brian probably knows a lot. But if you want any help with figuring things out, just reach out. But it's really fun and you never know what's going to come out.
I think I have a swap partner, which is exciting. I wasn't
awesome.
Yeah, I didn't participate in the last one, so I'm stoked.
Yay! And if you don't know what it's about, basically what you do is you join with one other person, you agree on, black and white or color or whatever format film, and you figure out a way to, one person, each person shoots that roll, but when you roll it back, you leave a tail out, and then you swap that film and put it in your camera and shoot over that roll again. And it's fun. So
Share your screen. Unshare your screen.
Brian, you're still sharing.
Oh, sorry.
Brian Shapiro.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't find the chat.
Anything embarrassing? I was trying to get.
No. You're cool. I was like seeing profiles go. I was like,
so that's for October. So if you want to do that, we all, I think, know how quickly time flies. So get on it. And then after that in November, it's open. If any of you would like to host, that means you get to pick the theme and you automatically get to show. Neely.
I just signed my name, but I'd like to finesse what the subject is. So I will keep it there and add something tomorrow.
Neely has taken the last open hosting slot. So Neely's hosting in November, and Jess, you're hosting in December. So, awesome. And that is for homemade or altered camera lens, analog or digital, which we got a little sneak peek on tonight. So,
and if anyone needs any like help, it's also not only 35 millimeter but 120. We can give happy to show you how to re-roll 120 too.
Yeah, there's resources.
Little tricky, but yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. Awesome. Does anyone have any questions or comments or Ernie?
Yeah, sorry. When I tried to sign in, the link didn't get me there. And I was, usually it says waiting for host to blah, blah, blah. And I waited. And then I hit this launch, and then it said something about, are you not a client or something?
For tonight?
Anyway, so I finally got, I clicked on it, got in, but I noticed that, like, if I wanted to share something, which I didn't want to tonight, it didn't have the share button.
That's weird.
On the dock. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know how I joined, but it was kind of weird.
We'll look into that. Thanks,
so hopefully it doesn't happen next month when I'm one of the presenters.
We'll have to get
and
just make sure.
Anyway,
we'll look into that. Thanks, Ernie, for letting us know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I think Ron, he saved the email and he was able to get in, but I went to the website and then the Facebook page, and it just sat there.
Weird.
Like launch. Like just usually there it says, the host will let you in.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't do that. And I waited till like at least 5 after 7. Maybe I got a little impatient and then, I re-signed anyway. But I just wanted to point that out. Like now, if I wanted to share something, the way I logged in, it doesn't allow me to do that. But
my first,
here nor there.
I'll look into it on this end, but I also would try shutting down your computer all the way and restarting your computer. I re-sign on. I turned. You did.
Anyway.
Okay.
But I just thought I'd point that out. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Ernie. And then Sharon, did you have something?
Oh, I don't know. I always have something. I think Zoom is squirrely. Every time I lock in, it's like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's probably like out of practice for itself because we haven't been living 24/7 on it anymore.
The sun is ending.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I was at a CPA meeting. And after it ended, it said to add, there was a new software or whatever. So I, added it on. So I don't know if that did so. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I just hope it doesn't happen, next time.
Oh, don't worry
I'm
ahead
a presenter.
Ernie, don't worry ahead of time.
Yeah.
I had trouble.
Yeah, right. That's
my teaching in a moment.
Well, we have each other's phone, so if you have a problem, text me.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Great to see you all. Thanks for sharing and being here.
Thanks for leading,
Thank you.
Penny. Thank you.
Be
You're
safe
welcome.
and stay creative.
Thanks. Yes.
You
Take
too.
care, everyone.
Bye.
Ciao for now.
Bye.